What's going on, guys? We just wrapped up our live trading session with the LPP team, and I opened up a short position shorting Nvidia stock as it became extremely overbought for no reason. Were any of you guys asking that question? With the NASDAQ market aggressively gapping up, and then we have Nvidia and everything was absolutely shooting up. Were you ever asking the question, why is it pushing? I really hope you didn't get trapped at those extremely overbought levels, because the market was pushing up for no actual reason. Now, was there momentum? Was the market sentiment bullish? Yes. But did they have a fundamental reason on why they were going up? No, it was just because markets were very close to all-time highs. Nvidia was very close. S&P 500, NASDAQ market, there was just more hype and more greed. This was very easy for us to identify in today's live trading session. And we had some traders that were going long, but they did their part to lock in profits because they knew, because of our live session, they knew that, okay, this probably isn't going to last. We're pushing up. There's no actual catalyst. And this is just a bunch of greed getting factored into the market. So again, they decided to take profits. I began to open up my short position and formulate my trade plan to make money as this thing begins to pull on back. I've just added a little bit more to my position, but again, we're just getting started on the 5-minute time frame. There's huge pullback potential, but again, my position is still open, so we'll see if the trade actually goes according to plan. The big one that I wanted to talk about is Tesla. Tesla had an amazing recovery from overall lows of 213 is what it sold off to again trying to recover back to 219 to 220 per share is where we are seeing signs of a resistance. The thing that I want to remind you is the question everyone is asking: can Tesla get worse before it gets better? Yes. If you guys look at this on the 4-hour time frame, we're kind of in the middle ground, right, of how much recovery potential there is and how much downside pressure there is. I also want to remind you that Tesla reports earnings, if I'm not mistaken, next week. I think it's on October 23rd to be exact. So please make sure that you are aware of that. We are beginning to enter earning season. So what that means is we have companies like Caterpillar. We have companies like Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and Johnson & Johnson that will be reporting earnings on Tuesday, Morgan Stanley, United Airlines on Wednesday, Walgreens, Netflix that are going to be reporting earnings, and this is going to be on Thursday or Friday. So again, we are finally getting started with these companies reporting earnings, and Tesla has, again, one that you probably don't want to miss. I've never cared to pay that much attention to Tesla's earnings recently because it's kind of been all over the place. But now I do, because I've kind of been wanting to buy Tesla. I got really excited after that cyber roundup or the Robotaxi event. But obviously, although it did get cheap, it can get so much cheaper, especially if it misses when it comes down to the earnings that it's about to report, or it completely can take off. But that's why I love paying attention to it, not because, again, we're here to predict the future, because we can't, but again, to wait for an opportunity to present itself. So waiting for that actual sell-off to happen. And if it does, to not be afraid to buy the dip if it's something that I personally see value in. So other than that, again, overall markets are incredibly bullish today, but they're extremely volatile. There's quick changes of direction. There's no significant reason on why a lot of them are pushing up. They're just pushing up because they're so close to previous all-time highs. So please just make sure you take that into consideration when you feel the FOMO. I think that's the best way to put it. The fear of missing out as the markets continue to rise. But again, it's very short-lived. They quickly correct themselves. And I would hate for you to be someone that buys into the highs and then has to tolerate these pullbacks if the market does end up retracing. Do not put yourself in a position in which you cannot tolerate. If your intentions are to buy and hold for a long period of time and you think that markets are going to continue to rally, then of course, don't be afraid to do so, right? But if you think that the markets are too overextended, and again, it's clear as day, you can look at them on the day chart, how overbought markets are. RSI is already approaching 70. MACD is extremely overextended, and we're reaching previous all-time highs during a major, series of or a major part of the year where, again, a lot of these publicly traded companies are about to report earnings, where we can see, again, very quick changes of direction. So I'm super excited to follow up. Earnings season is one of my favorite times to actually be paying attention to the market. And also, we have very important economic reports that are going to be released. So please make sure that you stay tuned for that. If you ever want to tune in, just like you heard me talk about it during our live trading session, I go live every single morning. It's the second link in the description down below, and I even put a discount code in there for you for those that are ready to sign up and watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.